Hey, She Woke Up Dreaming family. This is Ebony S. Bailey, and I just wanted to let you know a little bit of information about the broadcast. So, all of the episodes that you have seen so far, and the one today, as well as the next few in this very first season of She Woke Up Dreaming, have been pre-recorded. We pre-recorded these episodes prior to all of the issues that are going on in our country. So they may not seem relevant to the Black Lives Matter movement. However, I definitely wanted you to know that I'm in no way being insensitive to what's going on in our country and in our culture, but these episodes are geared towards waking up, dreaming, and walking in our purpose. And so I just wanted to let you know that the episodes that you're hearing today and the ones that you heard before and the ones to come in this very first season were pre-recorded. Just so you know, we fully support and I fully support what's going on as far as our community standing up for the rights and the injustice that is being served to the African American community. Thank you so much and enjoy this broadcast today. Hey, you. Yes, you. It's time to shake yourself and get out of bed. I am Ebony S. Bailey, and I am so excited you joined me today. Are you ready? Because I sure am. It's time for another episode of She Woke Up Dreaming. And today I have the phenomenal, I just love her. I have the phenomenal Meloney Michelle Miller. Give her a round of applause. I'm so happy you are here. How are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you for having me this morning. What better way to start off a morning than with you and your community? Let's go.
Let's go. You stay ready.
Have to. You have to.
Now, this whole concept of She Woke Up Dreaming stemmed from just a session that I had a while ago with someone else, right? So the concept that I'm going for is bringing on different women who are walking in their passion. They are blazing their trail. They are doing things outside of the box. And of course, you fit that mold.
I'm so honored.
She is such an inspiration. She does so many things. She's probably only going to tell you a little bit, but she does so many different things across different platforms. But Meloney, if you would tell our viewers what it is that you do.
So, my name, because I can't even do this if I don't do this, okay? My
Mm-hmm.
name is Melanie Michelle Miller, and I say my whole name because it matters. And that's what I need everybody on this broadcast to do. So come on, let's start the morning right. Let's do it with me. My name is,
Ebony. My
and I
name
say
is.
my whole name because it matters. And
Yes.
that is just a big part of even who I am. Knowing that when breath was first blown into your body, you already mattered. And
Mm-hmm.
so, my purpose, I am called to individuals that fit probably three categories. I am called to individuals that know that they are a king or a queen. Let's make it everyday language. You're a leader,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that you need to be sharpened with the sharp
Okay.
blade. That's me. So I'm called to those two categories. And my third category might just be, some of your viewers. I am called to individuals that your life needs a riot.
Hmm.
Everything about your life is screaming. It knows where it should be. It has woke up dreaming day after day and night after night. And right now you're at the place of needing a riot. At the end of the day, that's who I am and what I'm called to do. How does that play out? I might represent some famous people. I might work with some governments. I've had some phenomenal things that I've been privy to do. I've been blessed to be a TV personality for many
Yeah.
years now. And it all comes from when breath was blown into my body and someone named me. That's a story in itself. But when I was named, that I have carried that name as the biggest title I will ever have is the first name that I
Mhm.
have. So that's me.
That's you. That's you. That's true. You, when I tell you every single time you hear this woman speak, she is going to say her whole name because it matters. And it does. And it's good to know that you have confidence in yourself and that your name speaks volumes. Like, that's one thing that we have to be careful, even when you have children and when you start calling people a name. Call them something that speaks to their destiny, speaks to their purpose. Don't just give them any old kind of name, but call them who they are. You said you speak to kings and queens. You didn't say boys and girls and you no, you call them into their purpose. So that's royalty. That means authority, you know? So that's cool. So she told you a little bit about what she does. So I would like for you to just give our viewers a idea of your journey. So my very first question to you is, if you had one word to summarize your journey up until this point, what would that be and why?
Riotous. And that is why I'm living in the riot right now. Um, some of us, I talk a lot about the Cinderella syndrome. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you play with the right Barbie. My parents were great at getting me Barbie and Kens that were my hue color. They looked like me, so I didn't
Yeah.
have an identity complex. I had a dream house, and I had the Corvette, and we had remote controls, and we had all that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we planned what our life was going to look like.
Yeah.
Planned where we were going to go to school, where we were going to live, what year we were going to get married,
Hmm.
all those types of things. And I can tell you, as blessed as my life has looked and has been, I promise you, it has been riding on a riot. It has been
Wow.
riding on a riot, blazing the whole time. My journey, many people want to show you the end result,
Mm-hmm.
not realize that there was a beginning, a middle, and just right before you said go live.
Yeah.
And so that riot of my journey has helped me take the mask off,
Hmm.
because I'm not helping anyone in my perfection. I'm helping people in my humanity. And
Yeah.
so that's a little bit about my journey.
So when you said that riotous, because you created your word, so you said that, right?
I got me
So
there. So you have to
no, but it works, right? It fits. So with that, that means I love the fact that you said that it wasn't pretty all the time.
mm-mm,
People want to, they want to give you that package with the bow on it, and they don't want to tell you how it was made and how it processed and how it had to go through so many different things to become what it is. And that's the purpose of this broadcast, is so people can see that yes, you have a dream, but in the process of the dream there is processing. And when you process, it doesn't always feel good and it doesn't always look good, not at all.
mm-mm, not at all. And again, because we show up camera ready. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes, there's a blessing and a curse to that. It's knowing when to be camera ready and when to show that human. I've received invitations to the White House at the same time that I was worried about could I pay the bills at my house.
Hmm.
So I've been and entertained some of the biggest names in the world when they didn't realize that my business was suffering at a time.
Wow.
I've been through loss, and everybody talks about loss, but I've been through loss. I have
Mm-hmm.
been through financial loss. I've been through family loss. I've been through heartache loss, and through all of that. And when I say loss, I'm not talking about you paid it on the late notice. I'm talking about it was cut off. It
Yeah.
was cut off. The note was on the door. Your stuff was moved in the storage. That's just some of the honesty of my riotous existence. that people see as camera ready.
But you did not let it stop you.
I could not let it stop me.
Hmm.
And I'll go back to even naming me. I even had one person one time, and they were a notable figure. And they said, you shouldn't say my name is, you should say, they tried to give me a different phrase. And you know me, Ebony, so
No, that
too
didn't work.
well. That didn't go too well. And they were
Mm-mm.
saying, change it from passive to no, nothing about my name is passive to me. It
Hmm.
might be passive to you. I know that when they took time to figure out that I
Whew.
would have three M's in my name, that somebody put some thought into me.
Mhm.
So the day that I lay down and I don't want to get up, the day that I have cried to the point that I
Mm.
can't put my contacts in, the day that I need a Tylenol because my head is about to explode, that I have to remember that, hey, somebody named Melanie Michelle.
Yes.
And when they named her, there was an expectation for her to grow and be. So, how dare I not live up to what was breathed, the
Wow.
breath in my body? I was a asthmatic. And so, even where we are right now with COVID-19,
Mhm.
that's a big thing with, it affects your breathing. And so, as an asthmatic, a strong asthmatic as a child, breath was nothing that
Wow.
you took lightly.
It was valuable. Yes.
Very valuable. And I
Mhm.
saw the days I couldn't get breath. I saw the days I was in ICU and my parents were with me. I saw the days that they said I wouldn't make it. And in
Wow.
all of that, how dare I get to the point
Mm.
where I let a bill, somebody's opinion, a job loss, a economy
You speak the
downturn
truth.
stop me? How
Yes.
I? And so that's a lot about no, it cannot stop me. It's a
Mm-mm.
decision. It really is a decision.
Yeah, it's definitely a choice. You are absolutely right. So that's something like you're speaking with conviction and you're speaking with confidence. And it's not because everything's been handed to you,
Mm,
but you have made a decision in your mind. No, I will be successful. I am successful. I'm speaking to my future me, even in my current state. I like how you said, I was invited to the White House and I was concerned about my house. You know what I mean? Like some people couldn't get past there to show up.
mhm.
But you said, no, I know where I am. I know that this present thing is a distraction and I'm going to show up as my best self. And
It
so
is
that's amazing.
distraction. You're absolutely right. Distractions. Distractions every day, all day long. The question is, which master are you going to serve?
Hmm. Hmm.
It's that.
Yeah, that it's a choice. Just like you said, it's a
Mm.
choice. It's a choice. So what got you to the point that you are today? Like when did you decide to wake up? Was it an event? Was it a person? Was it a book? Like what event or what situation caused you to wake up and say, no, I am somebody. Oh, I am gonna walk in my purpose. I have this because it's on the inside of me.
So I'm gonna tell you the truth because I can't do anything but that. But then I'm gonna speak to people that might not have that. So
Okay.
I have a good friend, a very good friend, actually, Pastor Ursula Rowland, and her joke with me is forever famous. Like she said, you was born famous. So I don't. My parents, and I say this as a person that does not have kids, to people that do have children.
Hmm.
I was never told what I couldn't do as long as it was legal.
Yeah.
I was never told because they had to watch
You
me.
said as long as it was legal.
They had to watch me. Say, wait a minute, this one right here, keep her in these right here. Okay.
Got you. Hmm.
But otherwise, I had no limitations. When your
Hmm.
kids have dreams and they say, well, I want to be a preacher on Sunday and I'm gonna be a singer at night and I'm gonna be a lawyer. Like I was that child and I couldn't sing. But nobody told me, no, don't do
That.
that.
Hmm.
And so, what helped me as life happened, as life started to show that my picket fence wasn't straight anymore. I call it
Mm.
fixing white picket fences. As my
Okay.
picket fence was not straight anymore, um, I could pull back on, but nobody's ever told you that you trust.
Hmm.
That somebody that I trust had never told me I couldn't do it. So then when I met people that started to say, you can't do that, that's never been done before,
Wow.
that always is my trigger that that's for me to do.
Hmm.
And so I say that it's it was ingrained in me, but I've nurtured it along the way.
Mm-hmm.
My circle is extremely small. I'm a completely guarded person, even though I am social. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, what I take in my eye gate and my ear gate, I will hurt your feelings if I have to and say, I gotta go. I can't be here. I still love you. Bye bye.
And she is telling the whole
It's
truth.
so
The
true.
whole truth.
True. I will do that before I let something that might take a hold of me, that might give me doubt, comparison,
Yes.
any of those things. So I have learned to watch what I read, what I watch. And it doesn't mean that I don't do entertainment, because we know I do. I'm silly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I watch where I'm going, and it's calculated at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it has to be. It has to be. And you have to make sure that you have the right people around you. And you also don't, you have to not be scared to be the smallest person in the room, because there's always room for growth. And that's how you walk into your dreams. Like if you're envisioning being something larger than what you have, like what you can reach out and touch, then you can't hang out with everybody that's doing the same thing like you. You know, you have to be willing to be sharpened, and you have to be willing to take constructive criticism. And that's one thing that she will give you. And you got to have tough skin. You know, you don't need somebody that's just going to rub you on the shoulder and say, oh, yeah, it's okay. No, you need somebody to get in your face and to tell you, no, that wasn't right. No, you need to try something different.
Right. And you said it right, Ebony, with don't be afraid not to be the smartest person in the room.
Hmm.
It's okay to have more than one group.
Yeah.
I surround myself about around people. One of my groups that I see where they're going. I don't care what their degree is. I'm not looking at their credentials. I'm watching their work ethic. I'm watching their heart, and I'm listening to what's coming out of their mouth and then
Hmm.
the actions that they're taking. So on that group, I'm cultivating. I'm continuously cultivating. But I got
Yeah.
another group that they sit me down as well. And they say, hey, why you not doing that yet? What you waiting on? You said you was finishing that last year. So you
Mhm.
have to be able to not let that fear that will grip you limit you.
Hmm. You know what? You jumped right into my next question.
Okay.
Like you for real went straight there. So, have you ever heard of sleep paralysis?
Um, I'm gonna say let's make sure I have the right definition. So you tell me.
Okay, so the whole thing that we're talking about is dreaming. You know, when you
Mm.
dream and you're on the way to waking up, right? So with sleep paralysis, you start your awakening, but you can't move.
Oh, I live there. I used to live there. Yep.
It paralyzes you,
Mm-hmm.
and you can see stuff that's happening, but you feel like I can't move, nothing's coming out of my mouth, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I equate that to fear.
Mm-hmm.
When people have a dream and they won't move forward, because they're scared. And
Mm-hmm.
so I want you to give us two practical tips that helped you overcome sleep paralysis and start walking in your purpose.
The one thing, when I'm gonna deal with it a little bit in the natural of going to sleep and then
Hmm.
the awakening of it, if I could.
Okay, yeah, do what you
So,
do.
so even in the going to sleep, be very careful of what you go to sleep with.
Hmm.
Be extremely careful. Now I'm talking about my sister. My sister, I'm surprised. Now she don't do
Don't
any
get in trouble. Look,
okay. She don't do anything illegal, but she watches crime shows all night long. She can sleep with them on.
I can't.
I can't do that. I would be
Mm-mm.
crazy. I'd be in jail. Something's gonna pop out. Okay. I can't do that. All right. But I have learned, you know how people talk about osmosis? No.
Uh-huh.
I have learned fall asleep on a pleasant movie. Fall
Yes.
asleep on just the ocean sound. If you need just quiet, but be extremely careful of what you
Hmm.
soak in before you go to bed. I'll even tell people sometimes when your mind is running, you might need to get up and exercise, dance, do something, exhaust yourself. Because that big muscle right there, it's
Whew.
gonna try what that muscle, it don't want to shut
It
off.
don't stop.
It don't stop. It's going to start to lead that sleep. And the problem of it is then when you reach that REM sleep, that level that you
Oh
really
yeah.
you don't control,
Hmm.
that is where you have given fear a gateway.
Hmm.
um, Even in a real example, during the COVID-19, I told one of my friends recently, I've kind of gotten out of it. I found myself, because I do some work with helping with the COVID-19 crisis, but
Hmm.
I found myself at night just fixing stuff with COVID-19, like just crazy stuff, just crazy stuff. So I had just crazy stuff, y'all.
Oh
That's,
God.
you have to be my friend for me to tell you that, but just crazy stuff. So I had to remember what I teach to change my atmosphere.
Yes.
Even when it would not change, I had to remember to keep the positive pattern. So you might, even in your awakening, stay in this paralysis for a season, but
Hmm.
you have to keep walking the positive through it until your healthy habit has
Wow.
retrained that which decides it wants to control you.
Hmm.
It has no control on you. But it's almost like if you've ever been on, if you go to the airport and the major airports, they say, okay, it's too far to walk. So you get on the flat,
Oh, that thing that just
yeah.
moves you
So
along.
I don't
Hmm.
even know that you call it an escalator. I don't know the real, because it's
I
flat.
don't know
So I'm
what
not,
it's called.
so
Yeah.
but
I don't.
you get on the flat. So
Hmm.
imagine, have you ever been on it and you see so many people and they're just standing there and there's nothing wrong with it. And then somebody passes them.
Passes.
And you're like, I didn't know we could walk on this. You know,
See.
you'll see that person, but what you have to do, because the negativity is gonna try to make you keep gliding through it. You're
Yeah.
gonna have to take control and say, no, I'm gonna walk this thing out faster
Hmm.
until I have retrained myself.
Yes.
For some of us, it's a longer, but you have to believe that that retraining is possible.
Wow. That is true. You have to. You have to. So you're saying that we need to be careful about what we allow in our spirits, especially because that's going to show up when we are in that deep state of sleep. That's
Absolutely.
when that stuff is going to start showing up. And we're going to then have to deal with that when we're trying to wake up because we allowed it to get so far down in our spirits that now I'm dreaming about these things and it's causing me to fear. And now fear is getting even deeper rooted because I let that stuff in my space. So controlling our atmosphere, not just the atmosphere, but what we read. You said what I read, what I see, what I allow to go in my ears is very important. We have to guard those areas.
Because even when you go to sleep, what you wake up with, she woke up dreaming. Let's go back.
Yeah.
She woke up dreaming. That's setting the tone for how you wake up in the morning. That
Mm-hmm.
sets the tone for how you have an argument with somebody and you're like, you know what? I was tripping. I called that. I didn't even need to do it. It sets the tone for that call you've been waiting on for that
Yeah.
opportunity. And now you don't say what you knew to say, what you practiced saying all
Mm-hmm.
this time. And so you're right. You have to make sure that that path of your destiny and your purpose is always protected. If you
Yeah.
think about the president and the vice president, if you think
Mm-hmm.
about leaders, and I'm not naming one, if you think about, I really want to name my good one, but the president and the vice president, there is quite often a rule that they should not be in the same place at the same time in regards to a natural disaster or
Mm-hmm.
traveling on a plane. Like, who's going to lead? Purpose and destiny. You almost, even though they complement each other,
Hmm.
sometimes you've got to isolate destiny and
Wow.
purpose. And you've got to speak to them very differently
Hmm.
until it's safe for them to be together.
Wow. Wow. That's y'all's homework. You need to see if you know the difference between the two, because that will tell you how you're supposed to walk. It'll tell you how you're supposed to respond. It'll even tell you who you need to have around yourself in the different seasons. So that is so true. You referenced the she woke up dreaming. That concept in itself is, I'm sleep and I can be anything I want to be. I
Any
have no limitations. I have access to everything I need, every person I need. I have the funding, I have the resources. But I wake up into what I went to sleep in. Okay, I don't have in the natural at this time. I don't have the resources. I don't have the connections. So then I start limiting myself. I start talking myself out of what I saw in my dreams. And so the concept of the she woke up dreaming is, no, you can have what you saw in your dreams. You can have that in the natural. So you can daydream. We need to start daydreaming. That's where that comes from.
look. So again, the forever famous. And
Mm-hmm.
anybody can be forever famous. But in that, I talk to myself. People say you crazy if you answer yourself. What? I answer myself. I'm about to tell you that right
You
now.
sound like my mama. She said, "Do you ask anybody else a question and they don't answer it? Why would you not answer yours?"
You know I love your mama. That is exactly why we friends. That is exactly why we friends. Yes, I talk to myself all the time. I answer myself. I am my best friend, my best entertainment, my best coach. So you absolutely have to daydream. You have to
Mm-hmm.
daydream about that house you're trying to get to. You have to go look at that house. Go walk through that house. When
Yeah.
the realtor asks you, oh, when are you looking to buy? I don't know, maybe in the next year. And when they ask you to write down your information, write down your information.
Yeah.
You have to have envisioned yourself in these
Mm-hmm.
places before you get there. When you
Yeah.
go to a restaurant and they have the place setting for a formal setting, nobody wants to practice in front of everybody else at the fancy restaurant. So at some time, you want to have even on your phone pulled up a cheat sheet and said, okay, this is
This is
the
something.
this fork right here. Yes. So it's the
Mm-hmm.
same thing with the dreams in your life.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You have to practice like you were there. And
Yes.
so I want you to help us see this. So in your experience, what you have dealt with, I want you to tell us three things that you had to wake up from.
Um, I had to wake up from everybody else's plan for my life.
Hmm.
Everybody else's plan for my life. And I've had to
Yeah.
wake up for that more than once.
Hmm.
Because the challenge with being gifted is you have
Hmm.
multiple gifts.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a piece of that gift, and that might not
Mm-hmm.
be the gift that you see for your destiny and purpose.
Yeah.
So just because you're good at something doesn't mean that that's what you're supposed to do forever.
Yes.
And so people will love you and not know how to let you go.
You speaking truth.
And I
You
have
are
a gift
speaking
of
truth.
bye bye. I
Hmm.
yeah, real good.
You
And
say that and no.
and no.
No.
And so that was one thing, again, continuously, because it doesn't mean they're bad people. It's that's where they see you and you fit their need, truth be told. They might love you, but you fit their need.
Their need.
And
Mm.
your need cannot outweigh my destiny.
Yeah. Oh.
And so that's one big thing.
Hmm.
The second thing that came, I'm going to say, in the last few years, it tried to creep in was comparison. I I don't know why, if we have fingerprints that are different, okay?
Yes.
Why we're going to look at she's doing it this way, he's doing it this way. I remember one time, I had been on TV a few years, and I had a good friend who was also a journalist. And there's this, I'll tell this full story one day, but there's this lady that's on TV, and her hair is perfect. Her life is perfect to me, okay? When she comes on, and I don't know, she was geared to have a new baby. She did this perfect picture of her, her husband, her daughter, and they had the stork. Like,
Oh
when I
wow.
tell you just the tears, I just thought, I said, oh my, I have lost my life. This lady is living my life. And the person that knew me said, hey,
Hmm.
I know her and I know you. I don't have
Hmm.
anything bad to say about her, but you don't know that this, and this is going on. You have no clue
Yes.
what you're melting down over and
Hmm.
comparing yourself to, or that you're getting ready to try to get into this box of you think that this is what the next big thing,
Yes.
and you're going to miss you the next big thing because
Hmm.
she already got that on lock.
Yeah.
They need me to come in and figure out how to do it the way Oprah did it. Okay?
Hmm.
That's done. And so that's number two. Number three is not being afraid of loss.
Hmm.
God had to get me to a point where
Wow.
everything was gone. And I hope everybody doesn't have to, get there, but I'm telling
Mhm.
you, hey, my story. I had
Yeah.
to get to a point of putting everything in storage and taking a snapshot. I took a picture because I
Hmm.
wanted to remember what that felt like to me, not for anybody
Yeah.
else, for me. And God said to me, I can't tell you what he said to other people, what he said to me, he says, if I take everything away now,
Hmm.
maybe this next time, one, you won't be afraid and you'll do it the way I told you to because now you have nothing to lose.
Nothing left to lose. Mm.
Nothing left to lose. And
Mm.
some of us, it doesn't have to be financial. It can be, self-esteem. It can be anything. But
Anything.
that's that riotous. When you're
Yeah.
at nothing left to lose in yourself, that's the point that you decide that it doesn't matter what anybody else
Anybody.
says.
Mm-hmm.
And those, so I would say those are my points that I've had to overcome and
Hmm.
sometimes remind myself to continuously overcome.
That last one, man, that's so true because people are scared to lose something. But there's lessons in every single thing that we experience. And if you have the right mindset, yes, now I'm not saying you can't feel the hurt. It hurts. Cry, get it out,
It is.
experience the pain, don't suppress it,
Mm-mm,
experience it, but
mm,
don't stay there. You know,
don't.
when you stay there is when all those other things start coming. You got fear, you got doubt. Now you starting to limit yourself, and now you got oppression. You got all these other pieces that are attracted to that negative energy. And so now you got to dig yourself way further out than you had to.
And
So,
they didn't pay rent. They didn't pay rent. They don't pay rent.
no,
And they still in there saying cheers and drinking on a
was
good
not
day.
invited.
Not invited.
Not
No,
invited. They showed up, but they were not invited. But so that's our choice to tell them to go. And so
absolutely.
stopping it in the beginning, knowing, okay, now this must be something that I need to learn from my process. And this I'm paying for my future right now.
Yes,
This is paying for my future.
it is paying for your future because anything that costs you losing yourself is too expensive.
Yes.
Too
Say that
expensive.
again. Say that again.
Anything that costs you losing yourself is too expensive.
She said anything. That means a
Anything,
person, not a thing. Anyone, anything. Nothing is worth your purpose.
nothing.
Yourself. Nothing is worth yourself. Nothing. So I want you to do this is my favorite part of the broadcast. It's called my bathroom mirror exercise. So
Okay.
this is where I want you to look into this camera and you talking to us, but act like we're not here. We're not
Okay.
here. We
All
just
right.
we are fly on the wall in your bathroom right now, and you're about to give yourself the biggest pep talk that you need, because you're about to walk on the biggest platform you have ever walked on. It's game day. It's the biggest game of the year. And you are encouraging yourself. There's nobody else standing beside you, but you're talking to Melanie and you're telling Melanie she can do it. I want you in about a minute or two to tell us, set the stage for the day, because you're about to walk into your purpose today, this day.
Okay. So I might not be able to do it fast enough, but I'm trying to see if music speaks to me, Ebony. I am a
Okay.
music buff, but I don't know. God might be like, nah, not today. Um, yeah, y'all might not need my real routine. Let
Uh-oh.
trying to make sure that let's see. Let's see if okay, I got one. Okay, so I got about a quick little minute or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For everybody online, I believe this is the clean version of everything that I have. All right. But I had to check it quick because sometimes, hey, different things motivate you. All right. This is us starting our day. All right, girl. You looking good now. You up? What you gonna do today? You getting ready to squash that meeting? They not ready for you. Look at your hair, girl. What outfit I'm gonna put on today? What the put on my tank top? Maybe I'm gonna just go walk, shoot. But I'm about to do it. You know what? I don't even have time for drama. Listen to this. Feel good. You know why, girl? No more drama. Do you dance?
Ah,
Because when God made me, He made me unique. He made me great. Shoot. I woke up dreaming. You know what I was dreaming about? I was dreaming about being successful, my health, my wellness,
yeah.
healing family, dreaming about that vision I wrote out last night. I'm getting ready to go to this next level. I'm going to contact that mentor I've been thinking about. You know what? That person that asked me for some help. That's how I
Yes.
say, okay?
Okay.
You have to put, again, whatever does it for you. And I have to do that because I don't always feel it. I don't always feel it.
Mhm.
So that routine, it really is a routine. To the point that sometimes you'll wake up and the words will hit your mouth. It's just like even if there's a prayer that's always on your heart, or a song from church, or a spiritual song you like. I got some of them too. I wake up to, y'all. Okay. Depending on what day it is.
Yeah.
But whatever it is, you will wake up even with that utterance because it's in your spirit. So,
Yeah.
ladies, as you wake up, I need you to wake up and stay woke. Wake up
Stay.
and stay woke. There is
Hmm.
only one you. There is a uniqueness, even as you look at where we are right now. More millionaires, more success stories always come from devastation and a downturn economy.
Yes.
I need you to figure out whatever it is that you've been making a hobby, you've been thinking about, you've been putting on the back burner, and
Hmm.
now is the time.
Now.
Now, not tomorrow. Now is the time for you to go for.
Yes, I thank you for that. You made me want to dance. I saw you over there. Y'all, she get her on the dance floor. She cuts up. Okay. She goes into a whole nother world.
It's me and Travis.
Yes, but I want to thank you. There is nothing like having positivity and getting focused, and even hearing somebody else's story will spark something on the inside of you, a flame on the inside of you. What you say, you create riots.
I create riots. I'm a
So
riot.
hopefully today she started a riot on the inside of you, and not only did she start it, it's gonna keep burning. That thing
Yes.
is going to keep burning, and it's going to keep going, and it's going to force you into your destiny. Sometimes you need a shove. Sometimes you need a push. Well, she gave you both of those this morning. She told you not to be limited by your surroundings. She told you not to be limited, not to even watch what you see, what you hear. Feed your spirit. Let the right things go on the inside of you, and when you do that, you will be unstoppable. You'll be able to wake up with a song in your heart. You'll be able to look at yourself in the mirror and dance, because you know that just because the surroundings around you today may not look favorable, you know that it's a deposit for your future. So I want to thank you so much again. Round of applause for Mel coming today. Y'all can't call her Mel, I can.
Tell, say that again, Ebony.
Y'all can't call her that. You saw her lean back, that unapologetically. Yes, she is unapologetic. So tell them how to find you. Tell our viewers how to find you and follow you on social media, your website. How do they find you?
So the riot has started, all
Yes,
right?
yes.
Riot has started, and this one will be publicized, all right? So
Yay.
let's join together. You can find me on social media under my business page. Look for the one that says Meloney, Meloney, Miller. So middle initial is in there. You can find me on all major social outlets, and my website is my namesake, MELONEYMMILLER.com. I
Mhm.
have to say that Premier Branding and Management
Yes.
Solution, they are my website people, they my graphics people, they my people, okay?
Yeah.
So if you need some branding in that world, please consider them, because they do phenomenal work.
Yes.
And my puzzle pieces, but that's where you can find me.
Okay. Now I'll have all her information in the bio. The stuff she allowed me to tell y'all will be in the bio. Okay. But I want to thank you so much again for coming and being a part of my broadcast. Guys, you have to wake up dreaming. It's time for us to daydream. Don't let the dream die when you open your eyes. Continue to push forward, and we'll see you next week on our broadcast. Stay tuned to find out who our next guest is, and definitely hit the replay because she dropped some nuggets on you today. See you guys later. Have a great day.
Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of She Woke Up Dreaming. For more content, visit ebonysbailey.com or subscribe today on YouTube, Facebook, Apple Podcast, or Google Play.